Hello classmates and professor. This is Jennifer Hall and I'm here to walk you through how I am creating a storyboard for our final assignment in Instructional Design and Technology Class 603. Alright, so to start with, I abandoned PowerPoint. I went back to Canva and I just had enough of PowerPoint this week at work, and I just wanted to go back to a system that was a little bit more familiar and one that I prefer. So I started by selecting a blank template. They do have storyboard templates to choose from. I selected a blank one, and I'm actually starting this recording a little bit into the process. So what I did first was I found a background. Now, since my training is surrounding AI training, I did select something a little bit whimsical. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's kind of robots back there. I'm trying to fit the theme. I wanted to make it a little bit visually appealing after going through the readings this week, and I just wanted a little bit of color. So I started with the background. I added a shape for the background for the text, and I started brainstorming utilizing the notes section on what I wanted to include after looking through the different templates, and these were the ones that appealed to me and I think will be useful for my storyboard. So as you can see, page, lesson, primary text, secondary, any audio. I left a feedback section here for stakeholders and SMEs. Visual, I did include an interactions. I think that will be something I'm going to need to really work on, is figuring out what interactions I'm going to include on each slide, and then the fonts and color codes. So that's where I began. Then I moved to the next step of creating text boxes for the different areas, and so this will be my blank template to use for my different slides. So to start off, this is my first slide, and I am not quite done adding all of the details regarding the text. So this will be the general introduction to the course that will direct learners how to navigate through the course and different things like that. So this is going to be the primary introduction. So I am going to include some primary text, and I'm not 100% sure on what the interactions will be, but I'm working that out. I wasn't positive about actually including an image here as the visual. The images that I'll be using come from our company photo bank, and they are branded for the most part, so I didn't want to include a screenshot of an image that I'm going to use. I did describe that I'll be using a company logo background, and I didn't finish that sentence, but I'm looking for the perfect image before I can describe it. I did state that we'll be using, for headings and subheadings, our company font, and then anything outside of those two will be Calibri. Company colors will be used, company branded colors, and I've left the hex codes here. So moving on to page number 2, which is all I've done so far for my rough draft, I've included the primary text. Now, I felt there was a little bit of conflicting information here. In the Atkinson job aid, I saw that we shouldn't have full sentences and a lot of text, and then in the storyboard reference or resource, it did say that you could, go ahead and put full thoughts and full sentences. So I don't know that that's going to be something I can continue on to have all of the text that I'm going to have word for word, just space considerations. So I might, depending on the feedback I get, maybe you all can help me out a little bit. I'm not sure if we should be, completing full sentences here or not. So this is the beginning of my rough draft. I'm going to continue obviously working on it the next couple of days and through the weekend. But since I did have a couple of questions, I did want to present what I have so far. So if anybody has any type of feedback that you think will be helpful, I am here for it. I hope everyone's having a nice week and that you're having some fun designing your storyboards as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.